Hi guys, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my everyday makeup look, and this is it right here. I have it completed. I will be going through all the steps. I will be using some of my favorites that I mentioned in my last video so you can see them in action. We will get into that in a minute. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button if you love this video, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for my future uploads. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I love to chat with you guys on that platform as well. All right, if you want to see me do this everyday makeup look, then let's just get right into it. Okay, so I have a bare face right now. I did put on my e.l.f. lip oil. It is the 5 milligram CBD lip oil that I've put on. And it just makes my lips feel so moisturized. I love it. And to moisturize my skin, I put on the IT Confidence in a Cream Moisturizing Super Cream. I just have the sample size in this. So that's what I have on my face so far. Usually I would go in with an SPF, but today I'm not really gonna be outside. So the one that I use is by Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer. So I'm not gonna go in with that today, but that is what I usually use if you're wondering. So that is all that I have on my skin for skin prep. I let the moisturizer sit on my skin for about a minute just to let it sink in before I put my primer on. So now I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop No Filter Primer, which I've been loving, and I just mentioned this in my favorites. This stuff goes a long way, so I really don't need that much. So if I'm looking over to the right, I just have to see myself in the viewfinder, and I do have a mirror down here just so I can have a little bit more of a close-up to see what I'm doing. So I just let that sink in. And this just honestly feels like a moisturizer too, but it does a little bit of pore filling as well. So I really like this. So what I've been doing lately is doing my eyeshadow first. I never used to do my eyeshadow first, but I really do like that now. So I take my concealer, which is the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and I've used this for so long. It's my favorite. I'm just going to put that on my lids. You can use an actual eye primer, but I like to use concealer. And I'm going to go in with my domed shadow brush by Real Techniques. And I'm just gonna go in and blend that out. Okay, so my under eyes obviously look crazy right now because they're really dark and the top is light, but we're just gonna go with it. So I'm going to set that with my Coty Airspun loose face setting powder, and I just take a little bit of this. There's some still on the top, but usually I tap it into the lid. But I'm gonna take my Real Techniques contour brush, and I've been using this for a while. I use it for all over my face as well. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, tap the excess off and go in and set my lids with that. Really looks like I have orange eyeshadow under my eyes from my dark circles. I also like to go in with another step. I don't know if this palette is around anymore, but you can use any skin tone shade. And this is the Profusion Glamour Bar Highlight and Contour palettes. So I just go in with the top shade right here, and I literally take my finger and just do it as an extra setting step because I really don't want it to move and I want it to be all one color. It makes a good canvas for the eyeshadow to last. I am going to use my Soft Glam by Anastasia palette today for my eyes. I'm gonna go in with this in the crease. I actually use the same eyeshadow brush pretty much the whole time, and I've always used this one. I believe it's by Japanesque, but it does not have a name on it. Just a blending brush. So that is what I use for all my eyeshadow, especially if it's an everyday makeup look and you want to be quick. I'm going in, like I said, with the color Burnt Orange right here. And I'm going to just put that in my crease. And these shadows blend out so nicely. They do have some kickback, but I feel like so many eyeshadow palettes do. So we have our crease shade. Go in with Sienna right here, which is like a red tone shade. So I'm just going to build that color up in the outer corner, and I'm just building and blending. So if I feel like I need more after I blend it, I will go back in. So that is what it's looking like so far. kind of blending it in towards the inner part of my lid, just to diffuse it right there. And what I've been doing is taking the brush that I used to blend out my concealer, and I just kind of go over that to make sure it's blended even more, and it just kind of helps it look more seamless. Like doing that, I feel like it really does help. I'm in between Fairy and Glistening right here. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go in with the top one. Just using my finger with this, I feel like you get the best pigment from it. And I'm just going to pat that right in there. And I kind of bring it into my inner corner as well to brighten that. If you want something more simple for every day, you could literally just go in with the crease shade and this lid color. You don't need to have all the darkness on it. That's what it's looking like so far. So I'm done with the shadow. What I'm gonna do next is go in with a corrector. So this isn't actually advertised as a corrector, but I use it as a corrector. The color is perfect for correcting my under eyes, and is Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. And as you can tell, that shade has a little bit of peachiness to it. It's light 60N. So what I do with this is I just go right under my eyes and on the side. And then sometimes I'll use this to cover some blemishes, because I do have some blemishes on my face. I'm going to take my Real Techniques 405 foundation brush. It's a little bit dirty, but this is my go-to for my foundation. I've been using it for a while now, so I'm just going to blend that out. Cleans up the edges of that eyeshadow when you do this. If you get fallout, you can also use a makeup wipe. I did not get any fallout, but you can just clean it up with a makeup wipe. I do that sometimes when I have like a very glittery eyeshadow look. But as you can see, that literally neutralized my dark circles. So I'm actually gonna go in with the foundation next, and then I go on top of that with the concealer. So the foundation that I'm using is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, and mine is definitely a little dirty. The top broke on it, but this is in the color 55N Light. So I actually just go right on my face with this. It's everyday, so I don't need tons of coverage. So I'm just putting a little amount on. I'm not going crazy with this because it's just an everyday look. So I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush, or the brush that I use for my concealer, and just pat it in. I feel like patting just makes it more skin-like and pushes it into your skin. It just melts right in. This is the perfect everyday foundation. I could use it for going out as well. I just love it so much. On my forehead, I don't need that much coverage, so I'm just kind of wiping it a little more up there. And then I kind of blend it into my ears so you don't have that mask-like effect, and down my neck. I do bring it under my eyes a little bit with the leftover. I don't want it to be too heavy under there. So next I'm gonna go in with that Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer that I used for my eyeshadow primer. And this is a little bit lighter, which I like some brightening. What I do is I go down a little bit more, so when I blend it up, it's not too much. And then if I see, you know, my blemishes, I'll just go in. I do highlight with it too. So I just covered up some areas that I needed a little bit more coverage. So we're gonna go in and I pat this in. But like I said, I do bring it down a little bit lower so that when I'm blending it up, it's not too much under my eyes. It's just easier to do that way. I don't want it to be right where my creases are, because that will definitely cause more creasing. And the same on the other side. These concealers together are just amazing. One corrects and one brightens. They have been my go-to for a while now. So I feel like the base is looking really good right now. Obviously it's gonna take me longer because I'm kind of explaining, but usually I can do this really fast, and you can modify it to something that's easier for you. If you don't need as much foundation or concealer like I do, you can go in with one concealer and you don't need the corrector. So you can kind of modify it for every day to what your face needs, because I might need more than you do. But like I said, I do this pretty fast in the morning because I'm used to doing it every day. Go back in with my Coty Airspun powder, and I have the shade Naturally Neutral. So I'm actually gonna put more into the top, It just makes my skin look flawless. I love it so much. I'm gonna go in with the brush that I use to set the concealer on top of my lids. And I first go in under my eyes because I want my under eyes to be set so it doesn't crease as much. So I just look up and pat it right in under there to get that all set. And then the same on the other side. And then I'd go up here. I set everywhere because if I don't, it's definitely moving in my smile lines because I do get creasing in my smile lines. I just make sure to set everywhere. It looks so flawless and perfect for every day. You can kind of still see some texture coming through, but I feel like you're gonna see that with any makeup look. Then I go in with my bronzer next, and I use the Milani Suntan Silky Matte Bronzer. You can't add too much of it. I feel like it just never looks overdone. You can keep going into it and adding more, and it's not gonna look muddy or anything on your face. So silky, like it says. I feel like the shade is perfect. So I take my e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I actually go in with a big brush. I don't do any specific contouring, especially for every day, but I just want to warm up my skin. So I just swirl my brush around in it and just add it to the sides of my cheeks. And I just pretty much go around the perimeter of my face to warm it up and give it that bronzy look. And it's not gonna look crazy, especially in person, because it's kind of a bronzer that, like I said, you can't go wrong with it. It's foolproof. You can just keep adding a bunch and it won't look like too much. It just gives you that little bit of bronziness to your skin. And I do go down my neck just so everything matches. And I love this stuff. I feel like it's perfect for an everyday look. And then my blush, I've been using this forever. I need to get a new one, but is the Milani Luminoso. And as you can see, I definitely hit pan on it. This is perfect for every day because it has a little bit of a glow to it, so you don't need to add highlighter. It looks so pretty on the cheeks and it just makes you look more youthful. And I just swirl that onto the tops of my cheeks. Just has the nicest glow to it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's why I go a little bit higher with it. And you can keep adding more and it'll build up. It's perfect with building, but for every day, I just like to keep it like this. And then I'm going to do my brows, and I use the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade Neutral Brown. So it does come with a spoolie, so I just kind of brush my brows up. Neutral color is perfect for me, so I'm just going to be looking down here to do them because I do need to be a little bit closer. So I just kind of start off by drawing a line right there to get my outline. I just kind of fill the sparse areas in and fill it in more towards the front where I think I need it. I just like to create more shape on the inner part of my eyebrow, and I just brush up. And then I fill in a little bit right here because I feel like I do need a little bit. I just keep filling it in until I think there are no more spaces. Look at the difference. I feel like it shapes my face so much more, and then I will go through it with a spoolie just to blend it all in and see if I need to fill it in. See, I see another little gap, so I just fill it in. I always end up adding more and more, but I feel like that looks pretty good. They're never gonna match exactly. I feel like they look pretty good right now. I'm gonna go in with my Essence Lash Princess Mascara, and I got a new one a couple weeks ago. This is the wand on it, if you're wondering. It does have the little fibers in it. I don't go in with eyeliner for every day. Sometimes I will if I'm in the mood to just spend extra time on my makeup, but I usually just go straight in with mascara. And I kind of try to get it as close as I can to my lash line. Kind of fills in the upper lash line so it doesn't look like there's a gap there, if that makes sense. I usually go in with a couple coats, and this is what it ends up looking like. It gives me a lot of length, and I love it for every day. So I'm going to go back in with the leftover color that's on here and bring it under my eyes, and there's just like a little bit of leftover color on there just to make the top and bottom look a little more even. And then add my lower lash mascara, and I just put a little bit. I don't want anything too much down there. So the last step that I do is I actually set my makeup with a setting spray, and I believe that's everything. So I take the Milani Make It Last Natural Finish Setting Spray. Just go in and spray a lot. And I just wave my face. You can use a fan, whatever you have, and I feel like this is just perfect for setting your makeup in place and making everything blend together. So I think everything is looking really good. I will give you guys a little bit of a close-up of the makeup look and how everything is looking on the skin. I feel like everything just looks put together and really nice. And also, I almost forgot my lipstick, so I'm using my favorite, which is the Essence Bold Semi Matte Lip Gloss, and this is the color of it. I don't usually do lipstick every day, but I figured I would do it today. I do it once in a while. I usually just put on that lip oil for every day because I'm drinking my coffee in the morning, so I really don't put lipstick on. That is it for this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was relaxing for you. I know I love watching people do their makeup. It's relaxing for me. I don't know about you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching me use all my products. A lot of these were in my favorites that I just posted, so you can see them more in action and how I use them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button if you love this video, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for future uploads. Also, don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram, where I would love to chat with you guys on that platform as well. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.